Check, check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's stream. We are Somerset Athletics. I'm your host, Jesse Hampton, joined by Collier White, and we're bringing you tonight's All-A 12th Region matchup here between the Danville Christian Warriors and the Somerset Briar Jumpers. Tonight should be a very interesting game. These two teams have a very long history, of course, facing off in the region. Semifinal tournament last year, Somerset winning in a triple overtime thriller. What a game. Collier, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited for a big game between two really big teams in the 12th region.
Absolutely. And now we're back for the new year. Did you have a good Christmas?
It was good.
That's good to hear. We love to hear that. We're going to get underway here with starting lineups momentarily after the national anthem. And with that, we'll head over here for our starting lineups. First, we'll do the visitors on the scoreboard, the Danville Christian Warriors. At guard, a 6'2 senior, number 4, Billy Inman. At guard, a 5'11 sophomore, number 10, Eli Perez. At guard, a 6' senior, number 12, Titus Boyd. At forward, a 6'10 junior, number 15, Go Lake Atini. And at center, bringing it down low, it'll be number 35, a senior forward, Lual Aye. The Warriors are head coached by Sean Busick, his first year here. But now we'll get underway with the starting lineups for the Somerset Briar Jumpers. At guard, the freshman shooting sensation, it'll be number 22, Brock Stevens. At forward, a 6'4 junior, Cole Grundy. At guard, a 6'4 junior, number 2, Aiden Absher. The man in the middle, the anchor, holding us down, a 6'6 senior, number 14, Landon Leneski. And bringing the ball, the facilitator, the man, the myth, the legend himself, number 1 is senior guard Josh Bruner. The Jumpers are head coached by Ryan Young, assisted by Matt Absher, Noah Young, and Patrick Butcher. Excited to see the Jumpers show what they're made of here. Show Ole who's boss. And moments before we get into the first tip action, Collier, I want you to notice right off the bat the height difference that Danville Christian brings to this game. Do you think that'll be a huge dominating factor in tonight's matchup?
Yeah, I think that's obviously one of Danville Christian's strengths. I think that's actually probably their biggest strength. You don't really see many teams in high school basketball, even in Division I college basketball. It's rare to see 2 7-footers on the floor at the same time, or close to 7-footers. So I think that's something that Danville Christian brings to the table, and that's the reason that they're really as good as they are.
Absolutely. And with the tip underway, to no surprise, it'll be the 7-footer, Danville Christian, bringing it home. It'll be Perez swinging the ball. He finds Inman.
Looks like Somerset's starting in a 2-3 zone.
Somerset trying to prevent any balls from being down low, because obviously with that amount of height, you want to prevent anything close from happening. It'll be Perez on the drive. It's picked off by Stevens. Good defense from the Jumpers. Perez looking to move. Swings to Boyd. Shot fake. He drives. He kicks. That shot off the front rim and out. It'll be rebounded by Leneski. Leneski with a good rebound after bringing it up for the Jumpers. And right away, we're seeing a lot of high intensity here from the Jumpers and from the Warriors. I'm sure that this is going to be a great game.
This is one of those games that's going to be back and forth the whole time. I mean, really high intensity defense is what Somerset and Danville Christian are both built on.
Absolutely. And you think about it, both teams coming out in a zone defense here. The Jumpers sporting a 2-3, and the Warriors sporting a 3-2. Maybe trying to prevent the Jumpers from getting down low, or maybe trying to force a corner shot. Atini on the drive. He's met there by contact from Bruner. However, the call on the play will be a blocking foul. Bruner obviously in some pain, taking a hard hit like that. You would think with his feet being set, there would be a charge there.
That's one thing that I think it's in a scouting book for every team is Josh Bruner will take charges. So
absolutely. A high shot there by Atini, and, there's not a lot of guys that can get up there and contest with him. So great defensive effort there by the Jumpers.
That's something that if you're Somerset, that's going to happen. You're just going to have to get used to it. Danville Christian does have that height advantage, and they're going to be able to get into the paint and make shots like that.
Absolutely. It'll be Stevens, and he's picked up by IEA. Absher with the short shot. It's just off the back iron and out.
And whenever you're playing a team like Danville Christian, whenever I was on the team last year and we're preparing, you focus and you're like, hey, guys, we're not going to be able to shoot many layups today. So you got to, as Danville Christian turns it over, you just got to really focus on a lot of floaters and trying to get the big men off their feet and maybe jump in and draw a foul. But you can't play your normal game against a team like Danville Christian.
And Danville Christian, obviously, a historically good team here in the 12th region. They really took it to town there in the 12th region tournament last year. However, they were met with Somerset. Obviously, we all remember the famous Injured Whitaker shot to seal it in triple overtime. Now the Warriors playing exceptional defense, really. The Jumpers not really getting any good shots that they want here, but they're still trying to get in their play. I don't think they've seen a 3-2 zone yet all season. He's jumped. It'll be Lineski. Swings down to Grundy. A lot of contact there. Grundy thinking about the shot.
See, and Danville Christian has a lot of opportunities on defense because you can even bring one of those 7-footers out on the perimeter to be able to defend a shot and still keep a 7-footer in the paint with that shot blocking ability. So
absolutely.
It's really hard to scheme offensively.
Offensive miscommunications from both teams, forcing turnovers here early in this game. Do we think that it's just pregame jitters, or do you think they're just getting warmed up?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think Somerset's going to figure out that it's going to be hard to get anything going against Danville Christian. If you're not hitting your three-point shots, I think hitting threes in mid-ranges, it's the only way to beat Danville Christian. You're not going to get your way in the paint.
Sure. And Somerset known for being an adaptable team. They really showed it when Rock played here, right? They adapted to the defense, and they really made them pay for it. So, obviously, I'm hoping to see the same thing here. Should be a travel there, however, no call. The short fade from IEA will rim out. It'll be Asher bringing up the ball. He's doubled. He swings to Boyd, however.
Again.
Ball last touch by the Warriors. It'll be jumper ball.
Josh Bruner was able to get in there, and where these 7-footers are a little bit taller, your guards are where they can pick the ball off.
Absolutely. And checking into the game for the Warriors, it'll be number 22, a junior, Dadisman. He'll be replacing Perez. Nope, I lied. He'll be replacing IEA.
And he played a little bit last year for him, too.
Ball last touch by the Warriors. It'll be a baseline out of bound here for the Jumpers, looks like, or maybe a short corner.
I think one player that kind of gets overshadowed by the two, but you don't talk about him much because of the two 7-footers for Danville Christian is Titus Boyd. He's been there for, it seems like forever.
It seems like it.
He's a really good player. I mean, he probably is the leader of this team. And
absolutely, a fundamental lefty, and he really knows how to get the ball moving there for his team, especially having two 7-footers to distribute to.
And he's the guy that when Danville Christian needs a bucket, they will give him the rock and let him play.
Absolutely. The Jumper's not getting anything to go here. Stevens on the drive. He takes it out. It'll be Warrior ball. Short shot by Boyd. That'll fall.
Looks like Danville Christian.
It'll be a full court trap there by the Warriors.
Somerset so far, I mean, 4 minutes into the game, just hasn't been able to get a clean shot off.
Absolutely. And in this game, obviously, it's a high intense game, but you're looking for quality shots here no matter what. You want to hit the open man.
Zay Napster shoots a three and it.
Oh my. Whole lot of rim there. Grundy swings to Stevens. Stevens loses the ball. Recovered by Grundy on the drive. Swings to Bruner. Drive by Bruner. Kick out to Absher. Absher for the second shot. Rebounded by Atini. A lot of scuffling there. Last touch is the call apparently by the Jumpers, so it looks like it'll be Warrior ball.
And those are the shots that, if you want to win this game, are going to have to fall. Aiden Absher is a guy that you want to take those, so I think he's someone you will trust to hit those shots. It might just take a little bit to get him to fall, but you have to hit those.
Absolutely, and two missed shots doesn't mean the game's over, obviously. No. With a shooter like Aiden Absher and many other shooting threats like Brock Stevens, Josh Bruner, Cole Grundy, any of these guys on the floor here for the Jumpers, the game's not over off two missed shots, right? Shot fake by IEA. He swings to Perez. Perez swings to Inman. Inman to Boyd. Boyd getting set it up in the offense. The Jumpers sporting a 2-3. That short shot there. A shot by Dadisman will be good. And with that, a timeout called by the Jumpers. It'll be a 30-second timeout by Coach Young here. And with that, Danville Christian taking an early 6-0 lead in this game.
Now we're going to talk about the comparison between the two teams. If you look, the records are a lot different, but offensively, they're kind of looking at the same thing. But one thing that's helped Danville Christian is their defense. I mean,
Absolutely.
They're probably one of the best defensive teams in the state, and that's mainly, in my opinion, accredited to their height and their length.
I agree.
Because, I mean, again, like we talked earlier, it's really hard to score. Now, if you look, Somerset's similar in everything else, really, besides record.
Absolutely.
Their points per game is the same. Field goal percentage is really similar, and Somerset actually has more rebounds than them.
Absolutely. Both teams averaging just under 60 points a game. So this game could go either way. You know, with Somerset averaging plenty of rebounds a game, there's definitely still hope for the Jumpers. 6 points is not going to cut them out of here.
Yeah, so even though the records are different, I feel like it's a very evenly matched game. And
Absolutely.
Teams that know a lot about each other, that have played each other many times over the last couple of years because of the 12th region and because of the All-A and everything else. As Isaiah Lewis turns it over. Oh, and it's Somerset ball. Ayayi steps out of bounds.
And for those who are watching in support of Danville Christian, do not take it personally if we mispronounce some of these last names. Me and Collier are humans. We barely graduated high school. No, I'm kidding. We made it out of high school, but we're not literature geniuses. So just bear with us here if we make any corrections. Of course, we're trying our best. Shot down low by Lineski. There we go.
That's how you got to break the press too.
Absolutely.
And whenever they're pressing, the 7-footer isn't in the paint, so you're able to actually get up and finish those layups, which is what you got to be able to do.
Absolutely. Lineski playing great defense. He's throwing IEA off the ball and just really forcing him to be off balance. And so when that ball comes in for him down low, Lineski able to pick it off with his height there.
And I don't think Danville Christian has played anybody with a player as tall as Lineski, so they normally can get those passes over.
So great defensive effort there from Boyd. That shot will be kicked down low. It looked like in for the Warriors. It'll be number 22, Graham Domitian. Graham Domitian, a younger brother of the senior from 2 years ago, Grayson Domitian, who's currently playing at Campbellsville, Harrodsburg. Ball down low to Lineski.
Right now, Somerset's just making a bunch of mistakes that you can't make. They've probably turned the ball over 5 or 6 times, and you're not going to be able to win a game like that. So
absolutely. And it comes down to unforced turnovers, right? You know, you got to be disciplined with the ball. You got to handle it well. Got to be secure. Obviously, I would probably be a little intimidated if there was 2 7-footers trying to get the ball from me. So I understand where they're coming from. But here, still, you got to show some discipline, got to show some gut, and really just try to make plays here.
Well, we got to travel. So one thing that Somerset has really done a good job at is limiting the length for Danville Christian. They've gotten a bunch of turnovers down in the paint. So if they could keep doing that, I think that's one thing they have to do to win this game.
So, and me and you knowing Coach Young, I'm sure that his emphasis here as far as defense was to limit paint touches for Danville Christian. With 2 7-footers down low, you don't want the ball to get down by the basket because when they jump up in the air, they're wide open.
And there's another one of them situations that just those turning the ball over.
Absolutely. A ball off of Absher's foot just forces a turnover for the Jumpers, and they're just really not getting anything to go this way. But like Kentucky, they could be a second-half team tonight.
Yeah, you never know. But look, there's
Pick off by Grundy. It's Lewis bringing up the ball. Swings to Bruner. Good play by the Jumpers.
I think they're going to reverse the call. They said the ball was off. Yeah, and they reversed the call. It's going to be Briar Jumper ball. At first they said it was off Josh Bruner, but
and man, did they make the fans angry with that one. I myself was a little surprised to hear that call was going to go in the Warriors' favor.
We are on the Danville Christian side, so.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't say anything too loud, should we? We Grundy down low. He kicks to Lewis. Lewis with the 3. Lewis is 3, rims out.
He missed that one, but I've actually have been really impressed with Isaiah's shooting ability so far.
Absolutely. Into the game for the Warriors, it'll be number 11.
And there's another steal for Somerset down in the paint. I mean, they've just really kept Danville Christian from catching the ball at all down in the paint.
Absolutely. And in the game for the Warriors, it'll be number 11, a sophomore, Josiah Bradshaw. Interested to see what he does here. Ball down low to Grundy. He is contact on the shot. It won't fall. Looks like there should have been a walk there. However, no call. Maybe in the contact. Didn't see something here. It'll be Titus Boyd getting the Warriors set for their offense with just under a minute to go. The Warriors holding a 6-point lead here. Drive by Domitian. The 3-point shot
is banked
by
in.
IEA is banked in. Bank is open for my man Lual tonight.
And that's just,
obviously, great defensive attempt by the Jumpers. However, when your shot is released from 9 feet in the air, there's only so much you can do defensively.
It's really impressive to just see players that are, have the height as a Tenney and IEA, but just because you don't see that, especially at the high school level, and to be able to hit threes, it's something kind of incredible to watch.
Absolutely. The Warriors showing good defense here, really limiting the Jumpers. Pass intended for Lineski is picked off by Boyd. It'll be Boyd bringing the ball up in transition. And off the lob attempt, it'll be Boyd looking for Ateni. Ateni losing the ball in the air, not being able to throw it down. However, that could have been a big momentum shift for the Jumpers. Glad they got the defensive stop there. And with that, the first quarter of tonight's All-A region matchup comes to an end. Your score at the quarter, it'll be the Warriors taking an early lead here with 11, and the Jumpers struggling to find their way here, but now not out for sure with 2 points.
I think we knew from the beginning that it was going to be a defensive game, and even though Danville Christian's winning by 9 right now, it's been a very good defensive effort, I think. I mean, just a bunch of things that haven't went the Jumpers' way. I mean, you know, you have one of the 7-footers banking a 3, and that changes a lot. It could be a 6-point game right now instead.
Absolutely. And you want to see the Jumpers to start to find their shot over this game. Obviously, not everything has gone their way. They've made some mistakes here along the way, but a lot of that can be accredited to just a great defensive intent here by the Warriors.
Yeah, and like you've also had Aiden Absher, who's just had multiple shots rim out, a bunch of shots rim out and not go the Jumpers' way. I think those shots will fall, so in order for Somerset to win, they are going to have to fall.
For sure. Checking into the game, coming out on the floor, it'll be number 4, a junior, Kanan Sizemore, and 22, Brock Stevens, back into the game. For the Warriors there, it'll be the 2 7-footers, Ateni and IEA, followed by Bradshaw, Dominion, and Boyd.
I'm excited to see some minutes from Kanan Sizemore. He's a really hard-working player.
Absolutely, and Kanan Sizemore, affectionately known in the Jumper community as Susie. We got to love him.
It's Brock Stevens.
3-point shot by Stevens.
And the 3 goes up. But look,
rebound by Sizemore. Swing to Absher. That shot. That'll fall. And with that, Absher is on the board with a 3-pointer for the Jumpers. Now, that's what I like to see from Absher. Down 2 shots already. However, he just pulls with confidence, and look at that. 3 points on the board.
And the only reason Somerset got that second opportunity is because of Kanan Sizemore's hustle.
Absolutely. The Jumpers seem to have found a second win here early in the second quarter, playing good defense. It'll be Bruner handling Ateni and Lineski handling IEA down low. Obviously, look at that, trying to throw them out of their plays here. Pass found down low. It'll be Bruner trying to do his best there on Ateni.
I think the best thing you can really do in a situation like that is not let them catch it. I feel like that's the only way that you can really get around the 7-footer and like kind of limit their play, is to limit them from catching the ball, because they're very high field goal percentage shooters.
Lineski with a good shot
goes
down low.
Right into IA.
Pay him. Pay him. It'll be Lineski down low, finishing strong over.
And that's something Somerset wasn't able to do last year when they had Lineski, but they didn't have Lineski.
Ateni with the shot. However, it'll be Lineski pulling in a hard-fought board over IEA. Stevens swings to Absher. And Coach Young's very vocal this game. You know that the in-season tournaments are very important to him, Collier. So very, very vocal this game. Obviously, he's always been a vocal coach. But you love to see the passion that he has for the game of basketball, especially for the Jumpers. So he wants them to succeed in every facet of the game.
You do, and it shows he really cares. And he knows that these are big games, especially for smaller schools where they get to compete against each other and kind of deck it out to see who the best small school is. So
absolutely,
he knows the importance of this game, and you can tell he's always an intense coach, but he really wants the intensity to come to these games.
Absolutely. And a metaphorical win-or-go-home sense here in the in-season tournament. Obviously, if you lose, the season's not over. However, you're playing at the chance for a state title, right, in the All-A tournament. So this is something definitely to fight hard for. And the Warriors showing that they have that grit basically on defense, right, tonight? Picking off.
His eye shoots a 3, and it falls.
And credit to the Warriors making plays that they need to make here. I mean, you've got 2 star-studded athletes down low. They're very big threats on the inside. However, you let them get to the perimeter, and they are making plays. Checking into the game, replacing Bradshaw, it'll be number 10, Perez.
As Cole Grundy also comes in for Kanan Sizemore. So I like the minutes I saw from Kanan. He really brought some intensity. He got a big offensive rebound that got Somerset a 3. So I think, you know, him coming in might have helped Somerset find an offensive stride. As Grundy goes right up.
You love to see the players come off the bench and just show hustle, right? Yeah. They're trying to show Coach that, hey, I've got what it takes to play here in varsity, right? So love to see that from Sizemore. Obviously, he's not a stranger to the program. This isn't his first year, but he's playing hard, and he made a play.
As a Tenney goes up on Lineski and
Finishing through contact, he'll go to the line to shoot one.
really strong and one.
Absolutely. And Lineski playing hard-fought defense there, however, a lot of contact, so he's going to be going to the line here.
As you can see, a Tenney shooting 82% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
Also 17 points and 9 rebounds.
Almost averaging a double-double.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's a really good player.
Absolutely.
If that shot falls,
might be 83% now.
Could be. I don't know how much he's been to the line this year, but he probably has been a lot.
Especially with a lot of teams not having the height that we have with Lineski here. And one thing I would want to point out, obviously we're missing our big man down low tonight, Bartley, who, due to recent circumstances, will not be joining us on the court tonight.
And there's another turnover. I feel like that's really been the story of the game for Somerset offensively, is they can hit the shots, but you got to be able to take them. And when you're turning the ball over, you're not able to get those shots up.
Absolutely. Playing with a rush pace, they're really just not making the best decisions here in the game, and it's really making them pay. Tenney with the shot, rebounded by IEA. He takes it down low.
And he gets blocked.
Tipped off the backboard. That ball will not go. Good defense there as an accumulative team effort there from Grundy and Lineski. Not sure who got a hand on the ball, but someone did, and it throw a Tenney or IEA off of his shot.
And that's what you have to do, is you have to use multiple guys down there to really throw them off. And they're going to get offensive rebounds. That's just how it is, especially when people are significantly taller.
Absolutely.
As Bruner gets tripped by a Tenney. That might be a Tenney's second. Oh, it was on IA. My bad. 35 and 15, the numbers look the same a little bit. As Absher gets the ball up top.
Absher is hard doubled here.
And
Stevens with a three-point shot. Rebound there by Bruner. Reaching foul's going to be on a Tenney.
Yeah, it should be on a Tenney. So Somerset able to get the guys on Danville Christian in a little bit of foul trouble early. It's his first, but you just got to keep doing that same thing to be able to get more fouls on him.
Now, what you would really love to see here is one or two of the big men get into foul trouble here early in the game, really giving the jumpers.
Three.
Good rebound attempt there from Grundy, however. Outmatched in height, and it'll be a Warrior ball. Shot by Perret. Never mind. He'll take it to the rim.
And it's no good. So Somerset still kind of causing a little bit of havoc, on the defensive end, even with the height advantage for Danville Christian.
Nice shot by Stevens. Will not go. Now, with a guy as tall as him, you think you may have space, and then you don't.
And that's something, as Brock Stevens is a freshman, he's not played a game like this before and against guys with that size. So it will be a situation where he will learn, as that three is off.
Off the backboard, it'll be Grundy going for the rebound. Recovered by Perez. Perez on the drive.
Somerset is showing a lot of intensity here, and the refs are letting them play on both sides so far.
Absolutely, and you like to see that in a basketball game.
As Grundy pulls a three, it's no good. And we get a foul. I think that's going to be on Brock Stevens. Yeah, and they call it on Brock Stevens.
So checking into the game for him, replacing Stevens will be number 24, Isaiah Lewis, a senior. Checking into the game for the Warriors, it'll be number 5, a junior, Dre Motley.
I think we're going to get a
timeout. Somerset, it'll be a full timeout. And with just over 3 minutes to go in the first half of tonight's action, it'll be the Warriors taking the lead with 19 points, and Somerset starting to find their way here with 9.
We're going to talk just a little bit about Aiden Absher. Kind of a game against Cumberland County. There was a couple weeks ago I think it was the Jab Classic here. Big game against Cumberland County, 23-6-7. Just a really good overall game. But that shows that Aiden Absher really is, he's kind of the experience for this team for the most part. Him and Josh Brenner, he got some good minutes when he was in 8th grade, I'm pretty sure. So, Somerset's going to rely on him, and he's going to have to make some of those big shots for Somerset to really be able to compete in this game.
And you see 23 points, he's got the ability to score. 6 assists, man. He's got the ability to find the open man and make the plays happen. And with rebounds, that goes to show that he's a hustle player. So Absher really getting it done there against Cumberland County. Hope to see the same story for him tonight.
And that's really a stat line that, Coach Young would probably be really proud of, because he doesn't want one-dimensional guys. He wants guys that can kind of do everything on the court. And it's okay to be a role player, but when you have a guy like Aiden Absher, who's your star player, they have to be able to do all those things. So when you have a guy like Aiden who can do all those things, that's really what you need to be able to lead your team. As Danville Christian inbounds the ball. And Boyd will be bringing it up.
The Jumpers looks like might be in a box and chaser set here. A hard double on IEA down low. Motley, he's moving the ball here patiently for the Warriors.
Yeah.
IEA looking to get a post-up play down low. Domitian swings to Motley. Motley on the drive, short pull-up. That won't fall. Rebounded by IEA. That basket won't fall. Rebounded again by IEA. That basket falls off the front rim and in.
That's one of those things. Really, the only way you can stop him is you got to box him out. Whenever that shot goes up, you got to really find him and get in front of him. So if he does go up for that rebound, it could be over the back.
The Jumpers patiently moving the ball, trying to find a high-quality shot here. Bruner swings to Absher. Absher's doubled. Kick to Bruner. Swing to Lewis. Lewis to Lineski. Lineski to Bruner. Bruner with the shot. That shot off the right arm and out.
Hustle by Grundy.
Rebounded by Grundy. Bruner on the drive. Bruner takes it down low. Bailout to Absher. Absher to Grundy. Grundy to Lewis. Lewis to Lineski. Lineski down low. Finishes through contact.
And that is like, if you could sum up Coach Young in an offense, that would be that right there.
That was the play right there. That is ball movement. That is an offensive rebound. That's a kick-out three and a paint touch all in the same play here.
Honestly, I think that's any coach's dream. Literally all the things you want. You miss a shot, that's okay. You get the rebound. I think everyone probably touched the ball in that possession. They were able to get the ball in post entry, get the ball back out. They get the open layup and one. So, I mean, that's
beautiful basketball there from the Jumpers. And obviously they're capitalizing off plays like that, and we want to see more of that going into tonight's matchup here. But Lineski, with the opportunity, shooting 73%, the odds are definitely in his favor to make this a three-point play. And he's averaging about 8 points and 5 rebounds a game. Lineski's shot up and in.
He's got that high arc, and it goes right in.
Absolutely. Attini down low. He's guarded by Lineski. Lineski with good defense. Swings to Boyd. Boyd at the three-point shot.
And
that shot will fall.
So, Danville Christian, the story of the game. And I got some input from a Somerset player. Ben Gabi was texting me, and he was like, to win this game, as Josh Bruner misses a shot, to win this game, you got to box out the big guys. That's really the only thing. If you give them second chance points every possession, they're going to win the game.
Absolutely. The Jumpers not really handling this double pressure too well. However, moving the ball still efficiently and getting the looks that they need to get. Deflected here by Perez.
So I feel like this is your typical, Danville Christian game. They're keeping the scoring low. Their scoring ability doesn't even have to be great just because of their defensive capabilities. But they're hitting shots tonight so far. And there's those four burns that Coach Grundy teaches. Coach Young teaches. My bad. So I think Danville Christian will get the ball after the jump ball. Oh, and Cole Grundy gets a blocking foul on Perez. And that's going to happen, especially when you play with some high intensity.
With just under a minute to go here in the first half, it'll be the Warriors probably holding out the clock, trying to get the last shot of the game here, or of the half. Perez moves the ball. Boyd at half court. Dribbling out the clock here.
Looks like he will be taking the shot. He's going to shoot a
Boyd on the drive. Rebounded by Lineski.
Oh, off the back of the rim. But there's that defensive intensity you need. I think the clock actually stopped for like
I do
a quarter
believe
of
that
a
it was there
second.
for at least a second. And with that, tonight's first half action of all a region matchup will come to an end. Your score at the half, Somerset 12, Warriors 24. And the story of the game tonight has just been shots aren't falling. The jumpers are not making the decisions that they may need to make to get the shots that they need on the floor. And the Warriors just coming out with high intensity, forcing a lot of mistakes from the jumpers. And their shots are falling quite well tonight.
So I think for now we'll take a break. We'll be back in a couple minutes for the second half of Danville Christian versus Somerset.
Absolutely. Don't miss out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We want to thank you for joining us tonight on Somerset Athletics. I'm Jesse Hampton, joined by Collier White, and we're bringing you tonight's boys basketball action for the All-A Region Tournament. Your matchup between the Danville Christian Warriors and the Somerset Briar Jumpers. Getting into this second half here, the Danville Christian Warriors will be taking it over here. Oh, look at that. Our names are on the screen. How quaint. Danville Christian Warriors will be taking the reins here early in the second half with 24 points, and the Somerset Briar Jumpers not getting a lot to go their way here in the first half, maybe making some careless mistakes, but they're coming in here with 12. Should be an interesting second half. And Collier, you give me your rundown. Obviously, you've watched the game. You know basketball good, too. So what do you think's been the story of tonight's matchup?
I think you could tell just by looking at the score that it has been defense, but one thing you wouldn't know if you haven't watched the game, Somerset's turned the ball over a lot. They're probably getting close to double-digit turnovers, and that's just something you can't have, especially against a team like Danville Christian.
Absolutely.
You got to be able to put up shots.
Absolutely, and a tournament elimination game, too. Swing to Stevens. That shot.
And it falls.
Brock Stevens starting the jumpers off hot in this second half.
That's one thing that Coach Young also teaches is he wants you to drive baseline, and if you skip it out to the corner, most of the time that shot is there because the corner guy's over and help.
Absolutely. I can't tell you how many times in practice we ran that drill.
All the time. And Cole Grundy out with some quick intensity.
Good defense there.
It's elbowed in the face. And they call a hands foul on Aiden Absher.
Perez on the drive, kick out to Inman. Inman's shot from three is
way off.
The Warriors still sitting in a full court press. They're trapping the ball carrier here, not letting them get any shot. Trying to prevent them from even getting it past half court. Absher will swing to Bruner, who will get him set tonight. Stevens swings baseline to Absher. Absher kick out to Bruner. Bruner doubled. Stevens with the ball. Absher with the ball. He swings to Bruner. Bruner down low to Lineski. Lineski drives. Finishing through contact. It'll be off the back iron and out.
And we get a charge. Josh Bruner able to get in there. He's known for it. All the Bruners are known for it. Gets in there and takes the charge.
A fantastic defensive play by Bruner there. What could have been 2 points turned into this jumper's ball here. And you'd love to see that. Those hustle plays here from the defenders.
And that's honestly, when I think about it, Josh Bruner, that's one of the main things I think of is he's able to just really get in there and provide opportunities for his team to win in many different ways. And taking charges is one of the things that he's best at.
Absher with a three. That shot long.
Danville Christian's out.
Boyd moves in transition. Boyd dumped down.
It's blocked by Grundy.
The Jumpers coming out with a head full of steam here, trying to cut into that deficit that the Warriors built in the first half. And so far, we've seen them do it.
That was just a really good job by Cole Grundy right there. He didn't give up on the play. He was able to get down into the paint and block the shot.
Absolutely. Good defense from the Jumpers, forcing a turnover on the Warriors. Bruner brings the ball up the floor. He drives. He kicks to
and he gets fouled.
Stevens. That foul will be on number 4, Inman, a senior. It'll be on the floor, so it'll be looks like baseline out of bounds here for the Jumpers. The Jumpers in a box set.
So far, Somerset has come out with the intensity.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter what you do in the first half. The second half, at the end of the day, will be the determiner of the game.
Hey, Bruner.
Corner shot from Bruner. JB3. That's what we like to see from the Jumpers. They are back, and they are ready to make this game theirs.
That was a really tough shot. Coach Young calls that America's play, so
hey,
everybody runs it. That's why he calls it that.
It's blocked by Grundy.
Now, I think we get a jump ball.
And we have some very excited Somerset fans in the building. We'd love to see this intensity here from everybody tonight. Thank you, Coach Aist.
But you can tell that's just what Briar Jumper Nation just really brings to it. They're always yelling, so.
Absolutely.
The intensity.
And I agree with Coach Aist here. I believe that should have been a foul there. High screen from IEA.
As Boyd pulls up and it falls. So he really has a nice little mid-range package. I feel like that's normally his go-to. He can hit the three, but he really kind of lives and dies by that mid-range shot.
Stevens on the drive.
As Grundy pulls up for three, and it falls! What a shot.
Grundy for three, and with that, the Jumpers are back in this game. They've cut that deficit from 12 points to just 5 in just under 3 minutes of this second half.
And even though it took them a half to find it, they've really found their shot now, and the shots are starting to fall.
What matters is the score at the end of tonight's matchup, and I believe that that's going to go in the Jumpers' favor. That shot will fall by a tenny, and with that, a timeout is called for Somerset. For Danville Christian, it'll be a full timeout. And, man, Collier, the Jumpers coming out with a head full of steam here in this half.
But yeah, so far they have done a really good job finding their shot. We're going to try to cut back to that three by Grundy. But yeah, so far Somerset has done a really good job. They kind of came out and they've brought the intensity so far in the half. As you can see, Grundy just able to pull up in transition, and that's what you really got to do. And a good play by Brock Stevens right there, too, to be able to get into the paint, kind of bring the defense in, which allows for Grundy to get that shot. And he's shown that shooting ability, so it really helps when you got a bunch of guys on the court that can really hit their shots.
Absolutely. The Jumpers clawing their way back into this game. They are down, but they are not out. The Jumpers making it happen. And props here to our boys running it behind the scenes over here in Somerset Athletics. That replay was brought to you by Ethan and Anderson Rubel themselves. It'll be Bruner swinging to Stevens. Hard defense there from Perez. Absher, he's guarded by IEA. Ball swung across to Bruner. Bruner's picked up. He's doubled. Down to Grundy. Grundy with a short shot.
And it
that
falls.
will fall. Is he a butter knife? Because he's absolutely spreading it right now.
That was good. That was good. So the Jumpers cut the lead to 5.
Great second start to the second half here for the Jumpers.
Starting the half, they were down 12. As Boyd pulls up and it falls, so he really does have that mid-range shot.
A circus shot there from Boyd, trying to draw the foul. Maybe a little bit of a flop in my opinion, but however, he got it to fall, so 2 points is 2 points.
Yeah, that is a really impressive part of his game. And he's kind of shown it tonight, that mid-range game. He really has that on lock.
Absolutely. Checking into the game for the Warriors, replacing Inman. It'll be number 20, Dominion. That ball tipped by Perez.
Stevens.
What a dime.
He's kind of just getting a little hounded right now, and I'm surprised there was no foul called out there. As he skips over to Bruner. Bruner saves it.
Drive by Bruner. Kick to Stevens. Stevens for three.
It's off. As Absher saves it. And Bruner's
recovered by Bruner. The Jumpers making the Warriors have to fight for a rebound here. Stevens on the drive.
If we get a timeout, Somerset, going to be 30 seconds.
I think that's a good timeout there from Coach Young. You never know if that's going to be called a travel or a foul or if a shot is going to go up or not.
So, yeah, Somerset able to kind of get a bunch of different things going so far. I mean, besides Titus Boyd hitting those shots, Somerset's really been able to find those mid-ranges. And there's that shot by
and look at the butter knife himself. Just smooth with it. He goes up and he makes that shot.
And he really does have a really nice jump shot. And Bruner able to find him in the middle, and Grundy just able to turn around and hit that shot. As Aiden Absher's able to dive on the ball.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that ball handling.
I think that was a bit of a premature travel call, but it probably was the right call. As Danville Christian sets up their offense. And they're just, I don't know. I mean, I feel like we're seeing that same intensity on the other side, and it's not being called. But I mean, in the rule book, 2 hands on a player is a foul. So it is kind of hard to argue.
But it is important to be called consistently.
Yeah, that is the main thing. Sometimes refs kind of, set the tone early and kind of decide on how the game is going to be called. But I feel like tonight, as Boyd shoots a deep 3,
Off
it's
the
off.
front rim. Rebounded by Stevens.
And see it there's that consistency. That's what you got to be able to see the whole game. But Stevens is able to draw a foul.
Were these referees at Rupp Arena the other day?
No, these are much better.
Are you sure?
Yo,
I seem to be reminiscing to our recent matchup between the Wildcats and the Gators. And I'm seeing a lot of similarities here. That should have been a kickball there. And
they
Berner's
call a foul. That's also on 20. I'll let you pronounce his name.
Domitian. Checking into the game, replacing Domitian will be number 5, Dre Motley. And Bruner and Stevens just getting hounded right now on offense. They're just getting thrown off balance, and there's not much they can do when they're ended up on the floor.
And when
Bruner by himself.
Simon says jump,
Drive by Absher.
and we get a blocking foul by Motley.
Good defensive intent there from Motley. However, his feet weren't set, and so it'll be Absher getting the baseline out of bounds here for the jumpers.
So that was a great job by Absher right there. Actually,
Looks like the call will be on the shot.
No, it's the team's 5th. And with
team's
the new
5th.
rule.
We're going to the bonus here.
But that was a great job by Absher right there to be able to get the Danville Christian defender off of his feet.
And you look at Aiden Absher averaging about 18 points on the season, shooting 75% from the free throw line, and he's 4th in the 12th region for scoring right now.
Yeah, so it goes back to it. Aiden Absher really is the guy, and
absolutely, and a lot of it comes down to experience, right? He's a hard worker, he's a good ball player, but he's been on the varsity floor for a while, so he knows what to expect when he gets into game situations.
And Somerset has, I think, 2 more years, or maybe
Absher a junior, so he still has one more season after this.
That's on me. As Somerset cuts the lead to 5, Brock Stevens showing some intensity as Grundy.
The jumper's in a 1-3-1 zone here, trying to throw the Warriors out of their paint touches and the three-point shot.
And I like having Brock Stevens up at the top. He's undersized, but he can really,
He's quick.
Yeah, he's quick, and he has that intensity. It looks like they're no catching Boyd, actually.
I'd say with the shots that he's hitting, I might do the same thing right now.
As the shot goes up,
rebounded by
Leneski. That's a big dog rebound. Kicks out to Stevens, pump fake, thrown in. And Leneski gets it to fall.
From Leneski, doing it on both ends of the floor.
As the jumper's cutting
It'll be a timeout for the Warriors. Look at Leneski making it happen on the floor.
That's what I'm saying. When Somerset's short-handed at the big main position, I think we get a no timeout. Yeah, we get a bench warning on Danville Christian. It must be on one of their assistant coaches. I thought we had a timeout, but that just shows Landon Leneski. Now we get a timeout, I think. Yeah, a 30-second timeout. But Landon Leneski, Somerset's got a short-handed front court so far today with Bartley being out. And Leneski's really taking on the challenge of these 7-footers, and he's going right into them.
Man.
And he's making big plays.
Look at him go. A physical rebound. He fought off 2 of them to get that ball, and then he makes them pay down low in the offensive end as well. Leneski being very versatile right now. A Swiss Army knife, if you will.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm on the knife trend today, but it's really working for me. Got our steak knife, Aiden Absher. He's just slashing.
He is.
Cutting right through him.
You are on the knife.
I'm on a knife trend right now.
But I think this is a minute and 30 seconds for Somerset right here. If you can, in the third corner, and keep this momentum, get a stop, maybe get a couple, score a couple of times.
Absolutely. A 3-point game here.
You really turn the game around from that 12-point deficit you had at halftime to really turn that around and be neck and neck going into the fourth quarter. That's the game Somerset wants to play.
Absolutely. You think the Warriors are getting fatigued yet? Because it may be attributed to that. They might be getting fatigued after having to play.
The shot is short. Oh, and we get a foul on the floor.
Oh, my word.
I think that's going to be on Isaiah Lewis.
Now, he must have been a upper rim.
I think what happened, it was on the rebound. He must have made some sort of illegal contact trying to box the guy out. I didn't see it, so I'm not 100% sure. So this is normally a situation where you will probably see Titus Boyd take a majority of the shots.
Absolutely. And it's Henny finishing strong down low, using his height as an advantage and getting an easy 2 points.
And again, that's just something that's going to happen. You just got to play through it. And
a high ball screen here.
You can respond by hitting your shots. As Bringer gets the ball up top. I don't think they will hold for last shot just because they're at a deficit.
3-point shot by Lewis.
It's off.
Good rebound attempt there from Leneski, having to fight off IEA.
This is a big where you really need to stop. Oh, and they call it.
Oh, my word. Oh, my word. You can't tell me these guys didn't ref the Kentucky-Florida game.
See, I don't understand. I mean, the rules for a block, he was set. I mean, straight up, I really don't know what else you're looking for in the call.
Not sure how Titus Boyd is going to the line for two right now.
No, it is a situation where it is a situation where I feel like some refs have a different idea of what it is, and sometimes it's kind of a guessing call, and some people don't like hearing that, but that's the truth. Some refs kind of just guess based on what they think they see. But you got to kind of take into credit that Josh Brenner is one of the probably the best in the region at taking charges.
Absolutely.
And so like he should get those 50-50 calls.
And with Boyd's 2 free throws, it'll extend the Warriors' lead to 7 points here with about 40 seconds to go left in the third quarter.
So this kind of is the opposite of what Somerset wants so far. So this is a really big possession right here. Absher's done a really good job at pump faking and getting the taller defenders of Danville Christian off their feet.
The jumper is going to run out the clock here for the last shot.
Brenner is getting fouled, but
no call here. Oh, my word.
So with 10 seconds left, I wouldn't be surprised if Aiden Absher is the playmaker here. Skips it out to Brenner, feeds it into Leneski, goes in, and it falls.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Leneski's shot is good to end the third quarter, cutting the Jumpers' deficit down to just 5 points. Now, we're seeing a lot of intensity here from Leneski. He's really been like an X factor in tonight's matchup.
He has. He's really been the most outstanding player so far. So going into the fourth quarter, in order for Somerset to win this game, Leneski has to keep playing at that level, staying big, just staying big in the paint and trying to, really limit Danville Christian in the paint and make those big shots right there. And I think if Leneski sticks with this level of play that he's played for the last 3 quarters, Somerset really has a chance to stay in this game and it be a 1 or 2 possession game down to the stretch.
Absolutely. I mean, you cut a deficit down from 12 points to 5 points, down to 3 points at a time. The Jumpers are not out of this game. It's going to take a strong fourth quarter from them. They're going to have to make the right plays, but I believe that they can do it.
And this is kind of how all the Somerset Danville Christian games are known for. They're always really good games. It doesn't matter if one team's a little bit more talented than the other. It's kind of turning into a little bit of a rivalry game,
Absolutely.
I would say.
They tend to be thrillers.
Yeah, it's always the game. Going back to, Somerset and Danville Christian played 3 times last year. Danville Christian won 2 out of the 3, but Somerset
won when it mattered.
Yeah, they won the game that mattered the most. But this All-A Classic, it's a really good chance for both of these teams, and it's kind of a bit of a letdown that arguably the 2 best teams in the All-A region are playing in the first round.
Absolutely.
This is close to a championship game. Not exactly, but it's the biggest game, and it's the first game of the
And sometimes you see that in tournaments, man. You see that the two of the stronger-looking teams in the tournament will face off early, and so that eliminates one of the powerhouses, what could be compared to a championship matchup early in the tournament.
Like last year, it was Danville Christian and Somerset in the championship game.
And as the final 8 minutes of tonight's matchup are underway, it'll be Absher making it happen. He swings to Bruner.
And I want to see some big shots out of Bruner in this fourth quarter. I know he can do it.
Bruner swings to Absher.
And it's just, there it is.
Bruner's corner shot.
Oh, it's short.
It won't go. Rebounded by IEA, and it'll be Boyd bringing it up.
So the score is still 34-29 with Danville Christian leading. But there's still a bunch of time left in this game. I'm excited. Oh, and he can step out and hit that shot.
Tenny shot will
It's
not go.
off.
Rebounded by Grundy, recovered by IEA, recovered by Motley. And with that, there's a big scuffle on the floor. It looks like it'll be a jump ball coming away.
And I think it will be Danville Christian ball.
Checking into the game for the Warriors, replacing IEA, will be number 22, Dadisman.
So after this game, tune in. We will have Andrew Laughlin and Adam Hayes calling the second game of the night between the Bergen Bulldogs
and the Somerset Christian Cougars.
No, it's Trinity Christian.
And the Trinity Christian Knights. Warriors, Knights. I think they're the Knights.
Like
Boyd down low. A shot by Domitian.
And it's off. Rebounded by Absher. So Somerset with another big opportunity offensively.
Absher in transition. Bruner's moving. Deflected.
That's that quarterback pass. It looks like it's close, but he's able to get it in.
Pass intended for Grundy down low. It's just wide of him, and it'll be a Warrior ball.
And there's just another one of those, unforced turnovers.
Checking into the game for the Warriors, replacing number 5 Motley, will be number 10, Perez.
So Danville Christian pretty much sticking to, their set few guys. I think they got about 8 or 9 that they play. But they haven't really played both of their 7-footers on the court at the same time. Bruner.
That shot goes careening off the backboard off a great defensive effort from Domitian. Domitian.
And the lob is off target.
Bruner on the drive. Kick out to Stevens. Stevens
fumbles it.
Oh!
We got to get a bucket now. Grundy 3. Oh, it's off. That would have been a huge shot.
What a fantastic turn of events here for the Jumpers, man. That was a run. I don't know how to describe that.
I love seeing the handles by Brock Stevens, too. That was pretty cool.
An elbow thrown here.
Is it Tenney? Lineski just all up in his airspace. Just
he said,
job
no, sir.
Absher
on the drive.
Getting double teamed. And throws it off at Titus Boyd's legs. So
high IQ there from Absher.
Yeah, he's one of those situations. You're kind of stuck. You really don't know what to do. So you throw it off the leg of the defender to keep the ball. So that's a great heads-up play by Absher.
Very much.
Just starting out to Absher.
He's picked up by Domitian. High ball screen from Lineski.
That's not. Oh, I thought they were calling an illegal screen. That might have been.
That'll be his third or fourth.
Yeah,
that'll be his third.
The Danville Christian fans getting a little rowdy today. Per usual. I don't know if Grundy tripped or got forced.
No, he didn't trip there.
Absher catches it near the top of the key. Drives, kicks to Stevens. Stevens. Oh,
his shot off.
Out. I like the open shots that Somerset's been able to get. They just haven't been able to fall, but you can trust him to keep shooting. It's Titus Boyd
drive by Boyd.
And they call a foul on the floor.
A reach in?
And the one time he misses a mid-range shot, we get a foul. Perez for 3 in the corner.
That shot, no good.
And it's knocked out of bounds by, I guess, Grundy. So the ball will stay with Danville Christian with 4 minutes and 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Ball added to Perez. Back to Boyd. Boyd down low to Ateni. Ateni looking to make a move down low. He'll
A little mid-range shot, and it falls.
And looked like what we had there was a double dribble or an up-down, whatever you want to call it, a travel
Something.
by Ateni. What should have been jumper ball. Good catch there by Absher. Absher on the drive, kick out to Stevens, swing to Bruner. Bruner on the drive, he kicks to Grundy. Grundy out to Stevens. Stevens going to take it down low. That shot will be deflected. It'll be Absher.
Is Absher deep three? It's off. And Bruner attempts to save. I think we get a full timeout for Somerset. The shots just, they were falling, and now they're not. So Somerset's really got to find a rhythm.
And you might have credited it to poor selection. You might have credited it to a good defensive effort. All we know is that they're not going in right now.
And after this game, we're going to talk about the upcoming schedule for the Briar Jumpers. They got a big rivalry game.
And you're seeing in here a lot of 12th region matchups coming in. 4 out of the 5 upcoming games. It'll be the Southwestern Warriors, the Casey County Rebel, the Garrett County Lions, the Madison Southern Eagles of the 11th region, and finally our favorite game of the season, of course, the Jumpers will take on the Pulaski County Maroons in their first matchup of the season.
So yeah, a really big upcoming schedule. A district game or a 12th region game is always a really big game. And then Madison Southern, they're
Absolutely.
always a really, really
a powerhouse
good team.
team in the 11th region.
They're always a good team. So Somerset's got a really good schedule coming up.
Absolutely. And teams that tend to play harder schedules during the season could go one of two ways. They could either suffer a lot of injuries or they could just get, whooped the whole season. But that's not been the case for Somerset. Somerset playing a hard schedule so far, seeming to come out positive over 500 on the season as of late, and hoping to carry that trend through and just be ready for postseason play.
Especially you have to go into these big district games. They have Casey County, they have Pulaski County. Those are games that are really important for your future.
Those are must-win games, right? Because that determines your postseason seeding, right? And so you want to be the 1 seed playing the 4 seed.
And the district tournament is hosted at Somerset this year, so that's really big too. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure because
Pulaski or no, Rock
World.
Full court pass there to Ateni. We'll go.
As Ateni lays it in.
And with that, the Warriors have increased their lead to 9 points with just under 4 minutes left to go in tonight's matchup.
Personally, if I'm 7 foot, I'm dunking that, but that's just me.
After drives, he's picked up.
Fouled. So Josh Bruner, every time he gets a shot after the whistle, I don't know if he does it on purpose, but he airballs it every time. And he's a goofy guy, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does that, but I haven't really been impressed by his play all season long.
What you like to see from Bruner is that he never lets him know his next move.
Yeah. He's I don't know, he's something else.
Swing to Stevens. Good handling there from Stevens. Stevens to Bruner. Bruner picked up by Domitian, by Perez.
As Absher catches in the high post, gets 2 players off their feet. And Somerset is getting into their 1-2-2 press.
This full court press happening with the hopes to throw the Warriors out of their full court offense. A little step through there by Ateni. We'll get the basket to fall, and with that, the Warriors' lead is extended to 11 points.
And then Bruner turns it over, so as Coach Young's talking with Don Peck, the official, he doesn't get the call overturned. You can always try.
The Warriors moving the ball. He's doubled. That's a walk.
Oh, and they call a foul on Brock Stevens.
My word.
I think Jack Brenner and the
official.
Conversation. So that was a foul on Stevens, correct?
No, but that's the call on the floor. And the officials seem to be more worried about what's happening off the court than what's happening on the court.
As we have a quick objection or something. Oh, Jack Bruner. Because it gets the Somerset crowd going.
And you hate to see that. Very unsportsmanlike from Danville Christian. Cheering when things go wrong for the other team.
Almost gets a steal.
That's a travel.
Good pass by Boyd right there.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you just can't make this up right now. I'm not sure what's going on here, but it's not right.
We get a foul on the floor by 20 again. That's his fourth of the game for
Domitian.
Good
finish by Grundy.
As the shot is missed and saved. And Kabalineski, no foul. It's becoming a little bit of a ref show, I think, tonight, but try not to be too biased. And that's
The jumper's getting no calls here.
and a lot of cheering for a missed dunk, but and a good defensive effort there by Lena Lineski.
I don't know why everybody's cheering. I saw a misplay.
But so we get 2 free throws for IAE. The first one falls. So that stretches Danville Christian's lead to 15 points. Danville Christian,
Going on a run here.
There has been a lot of things out of both teams' control, I would say, but
At the end of the day, I believe this game came down to the first half of what we saw from the jumpers, right?
Somerset did. They had a really rough first half.
High intensity from the Warriors, threw them out of their plays. They weren't getting the shots that they wanted to get.
But the outcome of so far, it's kind of been like all the other Somerset Danville Christian games. Even though the score isn't particularly close, it's really been a hand-in-hand game the whole time. As Absher shoots a 3. And it's good.
Falls.
And a timeout for Somerset. Full timeout as the lead's cut to 13.
The jumpers are still in this game.
As you can just see that replay, Aiden Absher hits the 3. Big shot by Aiden Absher out there.
And with just under a minute and a half left to go in tonight's matchup, the Jumpers are down 13. There's plenty of time to cut this deficit out of the way. But we're seeing some things that, for both teams have been out of control, but it comes down to the Jumpers' first half there. They came out a little slow, a little sluggish, and the Warriors took advantage of that, building an early lead that the Jumpers have had to try to claw back from all game. Credit to the Jumpers for a wonderful game. This game's not over. They're still in this game. So we're interested to see where this last minute and a half of basketball action goes. The Jumpers in a full court press. It'll be Boyd bringing the ball up the floor.
Oh, and they call it kickball.
The pass intended for Inman will be deflected by Asher's foot. It'll be a kickball call and a sideline out of bounds for the Warriors.
Somerset stays in their full court press.
Inman moves the ball.
Uh-oh. Josh Bruner gets a run out.
Great finish from Bruner.
So they cut it to 11. And we get a foul way behind the play. That's going to be on Brock Stevens. We'll give a quick update for the Kentucky fans tuning into the stream. Kentucky's playing a big SEC away game at Georgia right now. They're down 10-12 to start the game with 10 minutes left. 12 minutes left in the first half, so that's a game to, keep watching. Me and Jesse Hampton recently, Saturday, went to a big Kentucky-Florida matchup, and that was a really fun game, too.
Absolutely. Boyd's free throws will fall.
And we get
with that, it'll be a 30-second timeout for the Warriors.
So Danville Christian stretches their lead after those Boyd free throws to 13.
With just under a minute to go in tonight's action.
And you kind of don't want to say it, but it's kind of looking like it's about over.
Most teams might be incapable of coming back from a 13-point deficit. However, got to always hold out hope for the Jumpers.
Yeah, you never know.
And it'll be Bruner bringing the ball up the floor for the Jumpers. Jumpers going to have to score quick here and multiple times in order to get the lead
Bruner
up.
Pulls up.
Bruner's shot. Left of the basket and out.
Maybe he's just not feeling his shot today.
And that's okay, man.
It happens. Danville Christian still with their starting lineup in the game.
Danville Christian probably looking to run out the clock here. And I think that's the play for the team that would be up. Definitely running out the clock, trying to prevent anything from happening.
As you can still see Somerset bringing that defensive intensity. It's Boyd swerving and bending that corner. Whoa.
And with that, it looks like tonight's All-A region matchup will come to an end between the Danville Christian Warriors with 49 points and the Somerset Briar Jumpers. Not quite getting it done here with 36. A great game from both teams. We love to see the competition. We love to see the high intensity from both teams. Danville Christian with a stunning first half, throwing the Jumpers out of their offense, preventing them from getting the looks that they want to get. And the Jumpers just unable to recover tonight. They made the right plays in most situations. They had the good shots. Some of them just didn't fall. Obviously, you want to talk about referees, but at the end of the game, it just comes to what happened on the floor. And so that's what matters tonight. So we want to thank you for coming out to Somerset Athletics. Stick around. We'll be right back bringing you the second half of tonight's tournament action, and that will be between the Bergen Bulldogs and the Trinity Christian Knights, I believe. And so stick around. We have Coach Loeffler and Coach Hayes bringing you that action. Collier, any remarks?
Yeah, if you want to tune in tomorrow, I think we're planning on streaming the entirety of this tournament, even if the Briar Jumpers aren't playing in it. So tune in, especially Danville Christian fans. expect to see you guys next time you play. I'm pretty sure the girls play tomorrow too. So
Absolutely. A lot of high-intensity basketball from both teams tonight. We want to thank everybody for coming out on Somerset Athletics. One last time, I'm Jesse Hampton. This is Collier White, and we'll see you next time. Stick around for the rest of the game.